we said that we're going to put a cue ball on our club. Now that cue ball is mounted with a bolt that goes perpendicular to the club face and dead center, of course, in the sweet spot. And then the bolt hole for the cue ball is also dead center. And you put the cue ball on, and you slip the bolt through, put a washer and nut on, and tighten it up good and tight. So when you set this on the table or on the plane, you want to make sure that you tip the club forward a little bit so that the bottom of a cue ball would rest on the felt of the table rather than back here where you're actually off plane to begin with and you're in jeopardy of rolling over the top of your 8-ball. Got some 8 balls set up here, and we'll roll a couple for you. Let's just do a little 30-yard roll, and we'll do 40. And 75. Okay, so you can hear a nice solid sound that a cue ball up against the 8-ball would make. Pardon me. Now what I want to show you is how to get this up closer to the body. All right, we're going to do that by mounting another ball on the butt of the club. So let's use a red ball so we can distinguish all these colors here. We're going to take and we're going to drill a hole through the red ball. We're going to put an extender in the end of the grip here and slip the red ball over the extension. Now if I don't pin that on, if my club gets upside down, of course the red ball drops on the floor here. Okay, so I want to make sure I put that red ball on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill another hole through the red ball that's parallel to the bolt hole on the club face. Okay, so same side through, and then let's pin that and keep that red ball from falling off. Okay, then we're going to take this blue ball and we're going to set it on the plane that the red ball is sitting on, about 3 to 4 inches ahead of the red ball. So now I'm going to set up my cue ball 8-ball on the tabletop, but up here on this plane, the blue ball is across from the red ball. So now instead of thinking about cue roll 8, I'm going to think about red, roll blue. And what that's done is it's put it more into my core and stabilized my swing. Let's try that again. We set the cue ball on the table, always setting it up, looking down the table at my target, and now I tell the brain, use the red ball to roll the blue ball to that target. Red, roll blue. Let's go 75. Let's go 100. And 125. So I'm making good solid contact there. My brain hasn't gone any farther than the top of my club. Let's add a little cut shot to this one. So we'll have the red ball this time here come inside of the blue ball somewhat, maybe 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch off of dead center contact. I'm going to simply call that red, cut, roll blue, and I'm going to go to my 125 target. I set up the cue ball so it's resting on the felt behind the 8-ball. I look down the table at my target 125, and I'm going to aim a little left of it because of the cut, so I'll aim about 5 to 7 yards left. And now I'm going to play red, cut, roll blue, 125. Red, cut, roll blue. So it's just as easy as red, roll blue. I'm just simply coming inside a little bit, cutting across, which is going to produce a little higher shot because the club face isn't rotated shut or rotated to square yet. And of course my red ball coming across the blue will produce the side spin that I'm looking for. Higher shot, more spin, a little bit less distance, but a nice shot to have in the bag. That's all for today.